so there's Delta Junction south at 188, and I guess Delta Junction's just way closer to the sun than the rest of us, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Holy crap. Yeah. That's immense. See, like I say, I guess they're closer to the sun than the rest of us, so it just appears that much larger. That is, there's the top edge, big son of a gun. There's the top of the second one. Oh! Jeez. Watch this series. Look at that. Gets engulfed by the halo and it comes back out. Okay, this is a quick little clip of Galena Southeast. The sparkles are concerning me. Voila. More great stuff. Yeah, that is super. See the. Okay, that is just great. One more time. Crap. Okay, there's that. Here comes this. Where is it? Boom, right there. That thing right there is something to worry about.
I have all of them except for one, which is the Captain Marvel.
Wow.
Can I take the tape off?
Here we are at Homer Southwest, and it is another crazy day of things that are just out of this world. Can't explain it any other way than that. Look at that. There's two objects. Down at the bottom here, look at the light wrap around the ball at the bottom right hand corner. Now in the middle, there's another one right there. You can see how some of the light rays bounce off the edge. Then you have the little teeny one that we always see right there in the middle under those rays. The white stripe going up right into those halos there. Amazing. Wow. Watch that first ball. You see how that light, that first beam of light, as the sun passes the edge and comes into view, just wraps the light. Watch for light wrap. Watch for sharp edges. Watch for light coming out from behind sharp edges or disappearing behind sharp edges. And you'll notice most of the time those sharp edges are in a spherical shape. That's what I'm seeing here. Things are heating up. Expect something really stupid from world governments, because they're going to try to create a situation to distract you from this, because if this story makes it through, all their lies for the last, everything you were taught and I was taught comes to a screeching halt, because it's all fantasy. It's all based on the imagination of a greedy, thieving group of human beings, okay, with a little help from some not so much friends. Anyways, there's a lot going on. Contemplate. You have to ask yourself when the SHTF happens, how are you going to behave? You going to act like a wild animal? You going to remain calm, cool, and collected? You going to help your community, or are you going to hurt your community? They're hoping that you hurt your community. They're hoping you panic. They're hoping you riot. Then they can bring down the full force of their monster machine created by the beast upon the citizenry of the world and claim it was our fault, we're crazy. But if we can prove this and get enough people aware of it, again, it destroys their plan. They don't have any hope of getting this to continue, because I think we pretty much all see, I mean, everything that they based all of this on, that these long-lived family bloodlines that are responsible for all of the bad crap, somehow these families kept it together for all these years. Folks eliminated millions, stole trillions upon trillions, and somehow they still remain in power. And they're killing people for talking about this. They killed Dr. Harrington. That's what these people are. And you get up and go to work every day so that they can lay around in their filth and their hate for us. And everything we produce is stolen by them. Think about it. How old are you? How long have you been working? Where is what you produced? Where is it? It's in their central banks. And every time you deposit money, they take that money and then they loan out 1,000 times, 10,000 times what you just put in. But go and try and get a loan. See what happens. Everything is based on an upside-down principle. This in itself is the embodiment of the beast. The men enacting this are just overcome with greed, possibly inhabited by other life forms. It's highly possible, okay? You gotta realize that there's a light spectrum out there that we see just a centimeter's worth of what's out there. Well, both sides of that light spectrum contain life, I guarantee it. We have been led to believe that it's all spooky, scary, evil, demonic ghosts. No. There are beings, entities, life forms, energy forms that we have no concept of because of the lie that has been perpetrated upon us by these people. And when truth comes out, they steal it, hide it, and kill the light bearer. It's time to put these people in jail. It's time to take back what they've stolen through trickery, deception, lies, and then nobody ever stops them, even after it's discovered and it's proven that they did stuff that anybody else would be charged criminally for. They've been allowed to continue. Why? I want one authority figure of any government to explain to me how these people get a pass on mega murder, mega death, conspiracy to commit. So we're back at Soldad now. Look at that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So today I see 6 things on here, and that's with the twins. Oh look, isn't that convenient again? Yep. Right through the hole. And it disappears. Oh yeah. Wow. Can you see him? You started watching long enough and watching it over and over and over like we have to spot these things. Absolutely crazy. Oh, look at that. We're learning something about an orbit. Looky. And then there's the second thing there. And then you can see it for just a second. And it looks like it turns around, but it's actually just gone out of sight. Wow. If I had a program where I could write on the screen and do like the weatherman thing, you'd see it in a heartbeat. Just crisis actor and Beard Watch, great channels, always putting up as much as they can find, as fast as they can find it, and that's awesome because nobody else is showing you guys this stuff, okay? And if you don't think it's happening, you're gonna be caught off guard. It's that simple. 21st century galactic Pearl Harbor that's getting ready to occur. And guess what? We're Pearl Harbor again. Except for it's not just the United States, it's the entire freaking planet. And for some reason, the cowards who call themselves government are keeping it a secret. All the shadow people, a bunch of cowardly piles of crap who've stolen everything. You hear people talk about these scumbags like there's some sort of honest business people that you should look up to and respect. No, actually, I'm surprised that they haven't been thrown in prison decades, centuries ago. But for some reason, no one will do it and just get it done. And then we can take back everything they've stolen from the world through all their wars and their mercenaries and all this other crap and redistribute it to the countries that they have put into just unnecessary debt and economic suffering, and we could give that all back to these countries. There are countries that were rich beyond a lot of the big countries, except for when the explorers went, they stole everything. They stole everything. When they got here, they stole everything. Okay? So why do they get to keep this, and why do they get to make the rules? Is that the deal? We're not supposed to know that the biggest criminal who can steal the most is the king of the hill? You know, because that seems like the message that our own government is fostering, and by its lack of acknowledgement, it is acquiescing to that. Just like if they do something and we don't stand up and say no, then they're just going to go right ahead with it, thinking, oh well, there's no opposition, let's go ahead. And the reason there's been no opposition is because most of you are too terrified to go and stand in the street or go to a government office and look an employee in the face and go, hey, pal, you're collecting a paycheck out of taxes that you're expected to do a job for, and as a citizen, I should have the right to come ask you and get answers, not be dealt with, okay? Because that's how the city, state, and federal employees are trained. They're trained to deal with the population because you need to be dealt with, all right? You are not a person who can have an intelligent relationship with these people because they've been told you're not intelligent enough to have a relationship with. You're merely someone who is a disgruntled taxpayer. You're the person who's the problem, not the problem being the problem, and then they astroturf you and do all that. You become the problem, then they attack your character. In the meantime, the actual problem is totally overlooked and you miss any sort of help that these people, we were led to believe that these people were here to help us. And if you don't do that, then you have no way to survive. You can't go somewhere and build your own life anymore. You can't do any of that. Why? Well, because the Rothschilds have set up these fake corporations and these fake laws and these fake rules that all of you want to abide by. And I can't figure out why you would abide by, go into a contract knowing the contract is crooked from the beginning. This is what the government is doing to us, okay? And when we want to get upset about it, they've created a police state to just shoot you down. They've devalued life as much as they can to make it seem like it ain't no big deal. They got rogue cops out here running around doing whatever they want. For the rest of us, we are being lied to on every front. So here's your evidence of a galactic Pearl Harbor. 21st century galactic Pearl Harbor is about to take place. We have an entire solar system that is cloaked, or has been cloaked, There are a few anomalies in this, and I think they just don't care. And at some point, they won't be able to hide it. But by that point, it'll be too late, because again, it'll be a sneak attack. And we should be able to see more than that little planet there and that white line. There's no explanation but intentional obfuscation by someone. It's like I say, I'm looking at two on this that are immense. They're as big around as the sun is when it's in the full sky, and they are between us and the sun. They're on this side. How we cannot be seeing this, how NASA cannot be showing this, means everything. I think everything they're showing is just changed dates on footage that they fudged from some other set of years where the calendar and the star chart looks